What it dang dizzily doo wop. I am Zachary D, the Palsy Papa, and this is Palsy Papa Presents. Today I want to talk to you about the disorder of I deserve it. That's right. If you feel like you deserve anything, it's going to only bring you discomfort and disappointment. Now, I'm not saying you can't have nice things. I'm not saying that it is wrong to hope for things. But I am saying that when you say, I deserve for this to go a certain way, or I'm entitled to a certain thing, the only thing you can get from that as a guarantee is disappointment. And what I mean by that is anytime you say, I deserve something, you're talking about something outside of yourself, right? You're talking about something outside of yourself. When you feel like you deserve something, like a perfect example, often I go into my kitchen and I feel like I deserve or I want a particular food. Um, I don't do anything really to earn that food or to set myself up to get that food. I don't go shopping, but I'm pretty sure we have whatever food I'm looking for in the house. Then I get disappointed when I don't have it. Or one we all can relate to, I get passed over for a promotion. Oh, I deserved that, right? I put in all this work for this company. I put in this, that, and the third. I I did um, I did everything I could for this particular company, and yet I didn't get the promotion, or I didn't get the job, or I didn't get this, and I walk around disappointed. Well, let me tell you something about um, that particular aspect of things. That company that you think you deserve this promotion from is not walking around as heartbroken as you are right now. So that's what I mean. That's what I mean when I say feeling like you deserve something is only going to lead to your own disappointment because nobody else is going to be um, as hurt by the thing as you are, right? So there are a couple of things that we can do um, in response to things where we think that we ought to get something. You got to start looking at your life as a gift, right? Because really, um, you didn't do anything to start existing. So anything good in your life, um, anything that you have, even small things. The fact that I have a house, even though I work every week, it's a gift. And if I start thinking I deserve it, I may start slacking off. I may start um, being less attentive to the fact that I gotta hustle to keep this thing. If I start feeling like I deserve it, I may get lazy, right? So, what you what would be a more ordered life, a better for you life would be to say every little thing that I've been given is a gift. A word that I would use as a Christian, as a man of faith, would be blessing. But we, I want this to appeal to a wider audience than that, just to prove that this line of thinking isn't strictly religious. But everything you have is a gift. It's a charity. So if you become thankful for what you have rather than constantly seeking after what you think you deserve, you will at some point start to navigate toward those things that value your time, right? So, what do we do if, in my two examples, right? What do we do if I'm going in the kitchen and I say, "Dang, I don't have what I what I wanted or what I felt like I deserved at that moment." I have two options. Either I can A, turn course and find something else, or I can B, set myself up so that in the future I know I have that, right? I can set myself up so that I know I have what I want. And that's easy because in your own household you have a lot of control over um, what goes on, right? Most people have a lot of control in their own household. But what do we do about the job situation? What do we do when a job passes us over for a promotion, doesn't give us the raise that we're so sure we deserve? Well, the simplest answer, and yes, it is the simplest answer, even though it may not feel like this at the moment, the simplest answer at this particular juncture is to say, thank you for everything you've given me. It might be time I go ahead on and keep it moving. And what do I mean by that? I mean, go find a place that values your skill set. Go find a place whose valuation of you matches what you think you are, right? Also, make sure you have a good objective valuation of yourself. Um, I I want to reiterate that it doesn't mean that I think that we should be walking around in a constant state of self-deprecation. Oh, I deserve nothing. I, I'm a worm and I'm a terrible person, and I should internalize that to a point that I hate myself. No, I mean to say that you ought to recognize the charitable nature of everything you have, right? For example, in my house, the fact that we have groceries at all, sh- sure, has a lot to do with the fact that I work. But it has just as much, if not more, to do with the fact that my wife makes a point to go out to the store and get those things. She's so gracious with her time raising our four children that she is willing to do that. She has she makes the effort to do that. So in a certain way, every grocery I have in my house is a gift to me. And it leads to a more contented life when you start doing it that way. Now, is that harder when it comes to the example of the job? Yeah, absolutely. 100% it's harder when it comes to the example of the job because it's very hard to say, thank you, job. You're a real gift for allowing me to work 60 hours a week and make enough money to feed my family and do all this, especially for those of us who don't make enough money to feed their family, who are financially struggling um, to make ends meet at the end of the month, so on and so forth, like that. It's very difficult. And I would say that the best place to start recognizing your job as a gift is thank you for the skills that you've taught me. Thank you for the people you've allowed me to meet. And thank you for the ways you've let me grow as a person. Thank you for um, the connections that I've been allowed to form. And thank you for making me a more valuable asset to the workforce so that I can take that and move it somewhere that compensates me financially for that worth, so that I am not struggling um, every month to pay bills and so on and such forth like that. That's my thoughts for today. I want to say this is something new. I know when I originally came back to the channel, I was gonna do a video essay format where I wrote a couple of pages and read and blah 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 blah. But some people very close to me who watched the content, they said, "Zachy, zippity doo dah, that ain't you pimping." Um, it looks like you reading, it feels like you reading, and it has none of your personality in it. You trying to be too formalitous with the way that you're doing this, and that's not the you we resonate with. So, could you please keep it funky and let let the people know how you really are on the comeback? Sure, make notes if you have bigger points you want to make, so on and such forth like that. No worries, but don't read off the page. It's way better for you and for us if you don't do that. So, if you like this, make sure you tickle that notification pickle, lick that like button for me, and punch that subscribe button in the nuts so that we can grow this thing and see where it leads. Leave me a commentate in the commentation box if you would. I know I said I was going to drop the ways to contact me and other content you can see in my videos. I'm still trying to formulate exactly which ones I want to give out and how I want to do that, because there are some projects that I'm working on or that I have worked on that I could link you guys to. We don't need to get into that right now, but there are some things I could link you guys to that you might like, but I don't know if I want to associate the two right now. As always, I appreciate every single view and every moment you guys spend with me. I definitely do. There have been a couple of times, by the way, over that first week where I really wanted to drop a second, third, fourth video off schedule. I wanted to drop extra content, but I'm really trying to keep the content schedule as is, just so I can stay consistent. I know how I am. Start something new, I start going real hard. I try and I burn out real quick, right? So I know that if I don't set a schedule and stick to it, I'm going to end up burning out quicker than I want in this regard. So, that being said, I did not do that. Because I got some news that kind of spurred this particular topic. I got some news last week that kind of made me want to get on here and talk to you guys. And I may be able to be less vague in the near future regarding what that news was, and will be related to that. But right now, I do want to just leave it at that. I am Zachary D, the Palsy Papa, and this has been Palsy Papa Presents. Thank you so much for putting your eyeballs and ear holes towards it. I'll see you guys Thursday.